Hello, crypto world. Welcome to the Chart Historian. My name is Justin, and on this channel, I delve deep into crypto charts, exploring chart structures, fractals, and patterns. In this video, I'm going to talk about how I see the XRP chart progressing, and more importantly, where I see it going from here. So, as you can see, XRP has, since its initial peak, formed here, has dropped, done a retrace, and since then it's dropped, and now it's just painstakingly just inching its way sideways. So what I want to do is I want to zoom out, look at the big picture, and see how this compares to the macro structure. After that, we'll zoom into a smaller time frame and see what's going on a small time frame. Okay, so here we are on a day candle, and I'm zoomed out quite far. So here was the current all-time high. Here is the last bull run that we've had. Here is the range-bound time that existed at the end of this all-time high. This began in 2018 and ended in 2021. As you can see, it's divided into three fractals. It is my belief we are currently right here. So yes, I believe we are currently following this structure, and this is where we currently stand right now. So in this structure, there is the initial wave up, which is wave A. There's a middle wave, which is wave B, and the final wave, which is wave C. We are currently working on the leg down on the C wave. We've already completed fractal 1. And if you were to copy and paste this over here, you'll see that it is a close match, as you can see, bam. So we are now working on fractal 2. As you can see, the big difference this time around is this massive candle that went up as opposed to just a small little movement up. However, the structure so far, even though it's slow to play out, I will show you what it looks like, this move down right here, what it looks like when it's copy and pasted and matched to today's timing, height, and depth onto today's chart. Okay, so here is a zoomed in picture. This is on a 3-hour candle, and over here we have fractal 1. As you can see, it is a fairly close match, and over here we have fractal 2. So we are currently over here. As you can see, the overall structure is roughly following the same trajectory. Now, this move up was very different, so I had to stretch that to roughly match what happened today. However, the overall structure seems to be following it. It's just really taking its time. I thought this was doing a smaller fractal, a smaller version of this fractal. However, as things slowly progress, I've come to realize that this is actually a much larger version. So this is zoomed in further. This is on a 1-hour candle. Now, there could be some deviation, something different that takes place here. You know, it's tricky with timing and deviations. As a chart plays out that has been following a fractal, the chart can speed up in certain parts of the fractal and slow down in others. So sometimes what can appear at first as a deviation actually just ends up being a larger version of that fractal playing out. I believe that is what we are seeing here. Now, of course, there is some deviation. For instance, it hasn't gone as high as it did in the original fractal. However, I do believe we are getting close to another leg down. So there's this fractal. Now I'm going to show you another fractal from recent history, which is this structure right here from fractal 1 of the sideways range-bound time. So if you copy and paste this structure over here, and roughly match it to the timing, height, and depth. Let's zoom in. You can see that, yes, there are certainly many similarities. However, I took the time to match this structure here to the timing, height, and depth of today's chart, and this is what it looks like. Let's zoom in to get a better look. So I believe we are currently right around here, and if it continues to follow this structure, we should see a leg down begin to materialize. Now, of course, it can deviate from this structure. Let's zoom in a little closer. So here we are on a 15-minute candle. I'm going to remove this one just so it's easier to see. So as you can see, it has been following it once adjusted for timing, height, and depth pretty closely. Now, there are some deviations. This did not, over here, get the same airtime that this one did. This one moved up higher. However, I do believe it is still continuing to follow this, so we'll have to see how this continues to play out. And if you compare this structure to the structure from 2019/20, which has been the macro structure it has been following, it looks like this. So as you can see, they're very similar structures. This brings up another point that I have touched on in the past regarding recent history. So many times a chart will repeat fractals from its recent history. So if something seems to be deviating from the original structure that or fractal that you believe it has been following, look at recent history and you will find many potential examples. And this is the fractal nature of charts. In that recent history, there's a good chance you will find what it is doing or potentially what it is doing. So as you can see, if things continue to play out, and of course we can get hit with a surprise, it could do something different. But even with deviations, those deviations are really just small deviations. Maybe something won't go as deep, maybe something has added data to it. But overall, the macro structure, even though there are deviations on the chart, the macro structure, and more importantly, the sequence of macro fractals still is intact. And that's what we see throughout all of XRP's history. So whether it continues to go sideways, maybe it goes up and then goes down, once I believe we do this structure, however short or long it takes to play out, then that downward movement, I believe, will be complete. That is what I am looking for to find out when this fractal has completed and when that downward movement has reached its final resting point. You know, there's still a lot of narratives out there of a bull run in the makings. I predicted this move up. I predicted that people would be shouting bull run, and now I'm predicting that this is going to move down. This is not the bull run. We are early. We are still early. You have not missed out on anything. It's going to come down. It's going to go into that final third fractal, and then once that third fractal is complete, then the bull run will start. So folks, you are early. This was never meant to be a bull run. The lawsuit has distorted this structure in the same way that when the lawsuit was first brought, it distorted the structure of the XRP chart. This is just a distortion. The overall macro structure is stronger than this lawsuit. This is not the bull run. You do not see the rest of crypto taken off. That's because this is not the bull run yet. Once we get to that bull run, there's going to be a lot of movement. That is further down the road. Do not lose hope. Do not be discouraged when this continues to drop. There are sunny days ahead. So folks, if you enjoy this type of TA, please do me a favor, hit that like button. Also, if you found this type of TA something you want to hear more of, hit that subscribe button. This is unique content. This type of technical analysis is something that I have discovered, I have developed, so you're not going to find it anywhere else. There are uses of fractals and other TA, but it's very simplistic. I go much deeper, much further, so hit that subscribe button. This is also not financial advice, so please don't use this as investment or financial advice because I am not a financial advisor. I am glad you caught this video. I hope you catch my next one. Have a great day, and bye for now.